Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on how to enter into hyperfocus. So, how do you enter into hyperfocus? You may ask. Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. Entering into hyperfocus extends beyond the ambit of just utilizing earplugs in tandem with noise-canceling headphones. It also extends beyond the ambit of moving into a serene, tranquil, quiet environment. It also extends beyond the ambit of just silencing your smartphone and removing all distractions from your environment. You do not want to succumb to diverting your attention away from the task at hand. You want to be able to seamlessly enter into hyperfocus. There are all these exogenous factors that can preempt you from entering into hyperfocus, so just be wary of that. One measure that is perhaps the utmost pivotal measure for entering into hyperfocus entails attaining robust, stellar, vigorous, optimal health. If you can attain optimal health, it's going to be much easier to seamlessly enter into hyperfocus. If your vessel is chronically inflamed, if you are chronically fatigued, if you are chronically stressed out, if you're chronically burnt out, is going to adversely impinge on your ability to seamlessly enter into hyperfocus. You want to be able to maximize your productivity. You want to be able to work efficiently. You want to be able to efficaciously complete tasks. You do not want these processes to be prolonged any longer than deemed necessary. So, what measures can you undergo? What measures can you embrace that are conducive to optimizing your overall health? Well, they extend beyond the ambit of just sleeping for 16 to 24 hours per day in order to attain quality deep sleep for a prolonged period of time. And they extend beyond the ambit of frequently engaging in moderate exercise, as well as profusely drinking distilled water in order to maintain hydration. You should also take vegan supplements in order to ensure that you have optimal nutrient levels. You never want to succumb to nutrient deficiencies nor subpar nutrient levels. But you should also take heed of embracing a salubrious, wholesome, longevity-promoting, heart healthy, brain healthy, kidney healthy, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, antioxidant-rich, anti-inflammatory, anti-glycation, nutrient-dense, alkaline, raw fruitarian diet that is comprised of fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are deemed to be the only healthy food groups. As per your diet, you can also omit the inclusion of sugary fruits, as well as foods that have a high glycemic load, and foods that are deemed to be highly acidic. You can consume foods that will allow you to attain robust, vigorous, stellar health if you so choose to do so. You want to be able to alkalize the blood, minimize the amount of glycation activities in your vessel, and prolong your life. You want to live an inflammation-free life. You're also at liberty to embrace stress-alleviating activities to alleviate stress, We're constantly being besieged by acute stressors. You also want to be able to minimize your time spent towards sedentariness. You want to be able to minimize your exposure to secondhand smoke and other deleterious compounds. Lamentably, those can cause respiratory distress. And you also want to live a fulfilling life in which you demonstrate unconditional love and forgiveness towards everyone you encounter to further minimize unwarranted stress. You never want any undue stress. It can be agonizing, debilitating, harrowing, and of course, distressful. Succumbing to chronic stress can wreak havoc against your well-being, and it could undermine your sacrosanct immune system health, which renders you more susceptible to contracting a bacterial infection, viral infection, or of course a fungal infection. Another measure conducive to optimizing your health entails undergoing intermittent fasting. However, before you undergo a fast, you always want to ensure that you have a healthy BMI well above 18.5, and you also want to ensure that you are eminently hydrated and eminently nourished. Before I undergo a fast, I typically consume 5 to 10,000 calories per meal. So, before you undergo a fast, make sure your BMI is well above 18.5 and that you are eminently hydrated and eminently nourished. You should not have a dearth of calories. In your meals. Your meals should not be comprised of scant calories. You need calories to sustain yourself. You want to be able to thrive, prosper, and flourish. You do not want your health to wane, nor degrade, nor exacerbate. You want your health to be augmented, enhanced. So, embrace health optimization measures to bolster your health. So, it's going to be much easier to enter in your hyperfocus post attaining optimal health. Once you have attained optimal health, it's going to help you to attenuate inflammation. It's going to render you all the more functional. Is going to boost your mental acuity and cognitive functions. Is going to render you less fatigued, less lethargic, less torpid, less frazzled, less vitiated. Is going to render you more resilient. There's so many benefits appertaining to attaining optimal health. I also neglected to mention that by fasting, it can allow you to enter ketosis and autophagy. And once you've entered autophagy, one of the prerequisites is that you're able to eradicate more cancer cells, advanced glycation end products, fungal cells, viral infected cells, bacterial infected cells, senescent cells, And of course, fungal infected cells. And even if you fast for a prolonged period of time, it can also be conducive to allowing you to reap other health benefits, such as by being able to regenerate your immune system, decrease your triglyceride levels, as well as promote insulin sensitivity and attenuate inflammation markers. And decrease your blood pressure. So, once you have attained optimal health and you're ready and willing to go, make sure that you're fervent and ardent and zealous. Make sure that you're keen on accomplishing the task at hand. So, manifest a goal-oriented mindset. Transition your vessel into a room that is devoid of distractions. Make sure that your phone is on mute. Make sure that you have earplugs in tandem with noise canceling headphones on hand. And then you're ready and willing to go. And then you could enter into hyperfocus and hone in on completing the challenge and task at hand. You always want to work in an environment that is devoid of distractions, that is tranquil, serene, and quiet. And you want to have maximum mental prowess before you enter into hyperfocus. We want to be able to work efficiently and productively and efficaciously complete tasks in an expeditious manner. You do not want to fritter away your sacrosanct, indispensable finite time. When you're not chronically burnt out, nor chronically fatigued, nor chronically stressed out, it's much easier to complete tasks. And of course, once you enter into hyperfocus, it's much easier to become hyper-productive if you're able to seamlessly enter into hyperfocus. It's conducive to allowing you to become hyper-productive if you so choose to do so. So I hope that you deem this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.